So all the elements have their positive and negative attributes. I like to stick with the positive. For instance, water, replenish and rejuvenate. Fire cleanses and purify. Fire is very powerful. But there are different types of fire. There's a bush fire, there's a forest fire. A bush fire jumps up everywhere. It's unpredictable. You cannot really tell what it's going to do because there's no order to it. It has no rejuvenating effect. You know, it's just a wild activity. Have you known people like that? Their activity is just about having another activity. Like they go to the gym, from one station to the next, but there's no structure to what they're doing. They're just venting, letting off steam. That's not the fire I'm talking about. This type of fire is constructive. It's like a forest fire. When it burns, it cleanses and purifies. It leaves room for new growth, new saplings. Has a very rejuvenating effect on the environment. That's the fire I'm talking about. That's the fire of Hsing-I. It strengthens the heart, cleanses the meridian, and get rid of any kind of unwanted contamination. So let's start fire. Mother form is very good to start. I like to start with the mother form because with the mother form, what's good about this is that you're starting from a natural position. Natural position, a natural frame is the best way to work from. Now, have you noticed all the internal styles start with a natural frame, natural wuchi, natural gait, train the muscles to respond naturally, right? Because that's what's going to happen in a fight. Very seldom do you get a chance to get in a fighting position. You got to be able to train the muscles to respond from this position, and then what the stance does, it supports you. Now, first movement. The steady knee crosses the body. Fire is a little different. Notice the hands. This hand acts like a shield. It sweeps everything out of its path. Elbows at a 45 degree, shoulders relax. See? So it's sweeping anything out of its path. This hand follows right behind at a 45 degree. Fire burns at a 45 degree angle. And it should line up, this fist, when it, at the end of the delivery, should line up with the inside of your left toe, if it's coming from the right. That's the beauty of this form. Really, it's just a cross punch in boxing. That's all it is. Right cross. That's why you need to protect yourself. Now, I prefer this posture for fire. Get the heel is up. Protects you, roots you, and it centers your weight between the feet, and it gives you mobility. That's the posture I like. You know, the internal styles, there's a lot of talk about postures. There's so many philosophies and debates about the internal. The reason why is because it's not a vague system. There are a lot of principles in place, but people overinterpret the internal styles. You have to really experience it. It's a system where it embodies a lot of a feeling. Secondly, you got to be able to enjoy what you're doing. Can I just enjoy the technique that I'm doing? There's people nitpicking you. Well, your feet are not turning at a proper angle, at 45 degree, you know, and I can see your micro chi is not doing right. Nobody does that in a fight. Really, when you think about it. Staring down the barrel of a psychic that's coming at you over 100 miles an hour, you think you're going to worry about whether or not your feet is at a micro angle? Nobody does that. It's crazy. When you fight, you really trying to get out of the way, trying to escape, trying to avoid the weapon. That's why you got all this yielding and all that stuff in Tai Chi. Internal style is about experience, it's about feeling. When people try to make more out of it than it is, that's when you have so much debate. And it's always a debate about another debate. It's a bunch of rubbish, a bunch of garbage, I believe. The old masters were great warriors. They were great warriors. They were great fighters. You know? They could rumble. Like Muhammad Ali said, rumble, young man, rumble. Ah, rumble. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. So there goes a great martial artist. Huh? He's a martial artist. There goes a great martial artist. And he summed up all the internal styles. Bagua, Tai Chi, and Hsing-I. Float like a butterfly. Tai Chi. Sting like a bee. Hsing-I. Hands can't hit what your eyes can't see. Bagua. Rumble, young man, rumble. There are no script in war. You know, when you go to fight, either you can or you can't. Fight comes from the heart. The internal styles have a blueprint that you can go by. It's about chi cultivation. That's the ace in the hole. The chi is the ace, you know? But everything balanced if you have that chi that you've developed and cultivate, and you can release it like an arrow. Bang! Fire. Bang!